What happens when the actresses who defined 90s cinema evolve into timeless icons? In this video, we explore the incredible journeys of Julia Roberts, Meg Ryan, and Sandra Bullock, three stars whose charm, talent, and unforgettable roles made them the faces of a generation. We'll take a deep look at who they were then, when romantic comedies ruled the box office, and who they are now, as respected artists and cultural figures. From red carpets to streaming platforms, from early fame to today's legacies, this story will captivate any fan of classic Hollywood and modern stardom. Stay tuned. With Flashback Fame, you'll discover why these women remain beloved and influential in 2025. Let's dive in. Breakout roles. First hits, then V's enduring appeal. Now, in the 90s, Julia Roberts, Meg Ryan, and Sandra Bullock each burst into stardom with breakthrough hits. Julia's Pretty Woman 1990 cemented her as America's sweetheart overnight. Meg Ryan's When Harry Met Sally 1989 made her the queen of romantic comedy. Sandra Bullock's career took off with Speed 1994, showcasing her mix of action chops and relatable charm. Then, these films made them box office royalty. Now in 2025, these breakout roles remain cultural touchstones. Younger audiences discover them through streaming, while nostalgia keeps their classics in constant circulation. Pretty Woman, Sleepless in Seattle, and Speed are frequently referenced in modern pop culture, proving their staying power. The magic of their early performances continues to resonate, cementing their place in cinematic history. Box office queens dominance then vs industry status. Now, in the 90s, these actresses were among Hollywood's most bankable stars. Julia Roberts headlined My Best Friend's Wedding, Runaway Bride, and Notting Hill, each a major hit. Meg Ryan led a string of rom-com successes like Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. Sandra Bullock became a versatile star, balancing romantic hits like While You Were Sleeping with thrillers such as The Net. Then, studios competed to cast them. Now in 2025, they've transitioned into selective, prestige-driven careers. Julia balances films with streaming projects and TV, earning recent Emmy nominations. Sandra commands blockbuster status in both film and Netflix originals. Meg has returned to directing and acting after a break, with her legacy influencing new generations of performers. Their box office dominance evolved into respected, enduring stardom. Signature screen personas, then V's evolving roles. Now Julia, Meg, and Sandra built iconic screen personas. Julia's megawatt smile and magnetic charm made her the ultimate rom-com lead. Meg embodied quirky, lovable optimism. Sandra exuded relatability, whether in rom-coms or action films. These personas defined them then. Audiences expected certain comfort zone roles. In 2025, each has evolved. Julia now tackles complex characters, earning acclaim for Homecoming and Gaslit. Sandra alternates between dramatic roles, Gravity, and action comedy, The Lost City. Meg, after time away, embraces directing and more mature storytelling. Now, they're no longer boxed into a type. They're seasoned actors unafraid to explore new creative ground. Their evolution reflects Hollywood's broader shift toward deeper, more varied roles for women over 50. Fashion influence. Red carpet icons, then V's style legacy. Now in the 90s, Julia, Meg, and Sandra were red carpet fixtures. Julia's vintage Valentino dress at the 2001 Oscars became instantly iconic. Meg was known for her casual, chic style, inspiring countless fashion editorials. Sandra's understated elegance combined glamour with approachability. Back then, their style set trends. Now in 2025, they remain fashion influences. Julia is a regular at couture shows and often praised for her modern minimalist looks. Meg's timeless style, short hair, classic tailoring, continues to inspire fashion retrospectives. Sandra's effortlessly cool aesthetic influences red carpet choices today. Fashion blogs and TikTok style accounts frequently revisit their 90s looks, proving that their influence transcends decades. These women help define not just film style but real-world fashion, both then and now. Critical acclaim. Awards then vs modern owners. Now in their prime, Julia, Meg, and Sandra not only ruled the box office, but also earned critical acclaim. Julia won a Best Actress Oscar for Erin Brockovich 2000. Meg received Golden Globe nominations for When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle. Sandra won her Oscar for The Blind Side 2009, showing her dramatic range. Back then, these honors solidified their transition from rom-com leads to serious actors. In 2025, their work continues to attract accolades. Julia is praised for her complex TV roles. Sandra's Netflix films draw large audiences and critical buzz. Meg, stepping into directing, is gaining new respect in the industry. Their awards journey mirrors their career evolution. Once rom-com queens, now multifaceted artists with legacies that extend beyond trophies. Rom-com reign, 90s dominance vs genre impact now. The 90s rom-com boom owed much to these three actresses. Julia's Pretty Woman, Meg's You've Got Mail, and Sandra's While You Were Sleeping defined the genre's golden age. Then, they were the faces of romance on screen. Fans flocked to theaters for their charm and chemistry. In 2025, though they act in fewer rom-coms, their impact on the genre is still profound. Modern rom-com stars cite them as inspirations. Their films influence current streaming hits and are constantly referenced in tributes and retrospectives. Netflix, Hallmark, and new filmmakers continue borrowing tropes they helped popularize. Their legacy shaped today's rom-com resurgence, proving their influence extends far beyond the 90s. They're still the gold standard for romantic storytelling on screen. Versatility. Typecast then vs genre, spanning now early success, sometimes risk typecasting. Julia and Meg were so strongly associated with rom-coms, critics wondered if they could diversify. Sandra, known for action and romance, faced similar doubts. But over time, they each broke the mold. Julia proved her dramatic chops with Erin Brockovich and thrillers like Closer. Meg explored darker indie films and is now directing. Sandra's roles in Gravity and Bird Box proved her talent spans genres. In 2025, versatility defines them more than any one genre. They choose projects that challenge and excite them. Their career arcs show younger actresses how to evolve beyond type and remain creatively fulfilled. There, then, was genre-defining. Now, they're genre-defying, writing their own narratives in Hollywood. Media image. Tabloid staples, then vest-controlled narratives now. In the 90s, fame came with tabloid frenzy. Julia's personal life was constant headline fodder. Meg's breakup with Dennis Quaid, an alleged affair with Russell Crowe, sparked intense media coverage. Sandra faced invasive scrutiny around her relationships and private life. Back then, they had little control over their public image. Now in 2025, they've reclaimed the narrative. Julia uses selective interviews and social media to project authenticity. Sandra maintains a low profile, focusing on family and philanthropy. Meg, after stepping back from the spotlight, returned on her own terms. They've shifted from being tabloid targets to admired, respected public figures. Their media evolution reflects a broader cultural shift today. Celebrities can craft more empowered, intentional relationships with their audience. Activism and philanthropy. Then vs expanded roles now. In their early careers, activism wasn't always a headline. Julia quietly supported environmental causes. Sandra contributed to disaster relief efforts. Meg largely kept her philanthropy private. Today in 2025, their activism is more visible. Julia champions global health initiatives and has long been involved with UNICEF. Sandra is renowned for her disaster relief donations and education programs. Meg supports environmental groups and women's rights causes. Their charitable work now forms a key part of their public legacy. Fans admire not just their artistry but their commitment to making a difference. The transition from screen stars to social advocates mirrors the evolution of modern celebrity, where using fame for positive impact is as valued as box office success. Streaming era. Traditional stars then vs digital relevance now. In the 90s, Julia, Meg, and Sandra were box office draws in a world of theatrical releases. Streaming didn't exist. Success meant big screens and ticket sales. Now in 2025, they've adapted to the streaming era. Sandra's Bird Box and The Unforgivable were massive hits on Netflix, introducing her to younger viewers. Julia's Gaslit and Homecoming brought her prestige success in streaming series. Meg's films find new life on platforms like Prime and Netflix, where they're rediscovered by new fans. The shift from theatrical dominance to streaming relevance is one they've navigated with grace. Once theater staples, they're now thriving in the digital space, proving that true star power adapts and endures. Fan base. Adored then vs multi-generational now. In the 90s, their fan bases were massive but generational, primarily built from moviegoers of that era. Posters, magazines, and fan clubs kept the adoration alive. Now in 2025, their fandom has expanded. Streaming platforms introduced their classics to Gen Z and millennials. TikTok trends and YouTube tributes bring their iconic scenes to new audiences. Julia's Pretty Woman montage clips, Meg's When Harry Met Sally, diner scene, and Sandra's speed action moments regularly go viral. These actresses now command multi-generational admiration. Parents share their favorite films with children. Younger fans celebrate their style and cinematic impact online. Their legacy has grown from a single decade to timeless appeal, spanning across age groups and digital communities worldwide. 90s icons then vest timeless figures now. In the 90s, Julia, Meg, and Sandra were icons of the moment, defining beauty, romance, and star power. Their films shaped the cultural landscape. Some critics wondered whether their fame would endure. In 2025, the answer is clear: they are timeless figures. Their movies remain beloved. Their influence on fashion, film, and feminist storytelling is well documented. Younger actresses cite them as inspirations. Industry insiders admire their longevity and adaptability. From red carpets to activist work, they continue to evolve. What was once momentary stardom is now a rich, enduring legacy. They are not just 90s icons, they are cinema legends whose impact will resonate for decades to come. Julia Roberts, Meg Ryan, and Sandra Bullock prove that true star power doesn't fade, it evolves. From 90s box office queens to respected, multi-faceted icons, they've shaped Hollywood and continue to inspire. Their journeys reflect artistry, resilience, and reinvention. If you loved revisiting their then-vest-now transformations, like this video, share your favorite Julia, Meg, or Sandra moment in the comments, and subscribe to Flashback Fame for more timeless stories of the stars who defined and redefined pop culture. More legendary spotlights are coming soon. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.